Am I the ass for telling my daughter to get over what happened in the past? I am new on Reddit. So for some background and context, I, 54, have one daughter Ella, 28, with my ex, Dylan, 57. Dylan and I amicably divorced when Ella was only 4 years old. Few years later I married my now husband Jack, 55. He was a single dad of 2 kids, Jason, 25, and Sophie, 27. Jack and I also have a daughter, Bella, 17. This is about Sophie and Ella. I always thought since they were closer to the age they would get along really well. And I was right. They were like best friends and we were really happy in our blended family. When Ella was in college, she met this guy Brian, 30, at a cafe where she worked. They started dating. I was happy for Ella. Brian proposed to Ella in front of our whole family and it was very romantic. Everything was fine until one day Ella came to our house screaming at Sophie. She claims that Sophie has been sleeping with Brian. I told her she must be joking. Sophie would never do that to her. There was a lot of screaming until Sophie finally said that she and Brian are in love. This caused more commotion. We did have an extremely hard conversation with Sophie. She showed her remorse and was very guilty. We tried to talk to Ella. That Sophie was sad and maybe she should forgive her. But Ella was having none. She went on to more screaming and bashing all of us that we are abandoning her and picking Sophie. That is not the case. I tried to make it as peaceful as possible but Ella didn't want that. When Ella and Brian broke up, he started dating Sophie. They got engaged within a year. Sophie wanted Ella to be her bridesmaid. But Ella just said over my dead body. I thought it was really cruel of her to say that and she is being petty by holding on to the past anger. Needless to say she didn't come to the wedding. Rather she left the city to live with her father. She didn't contact us much except for Bella. I thought she might need some time to cool off. But I was hurt that she kept us out of her life. We only got some insights from Bella and Jason. She only sent me cards on my birthday but hardly ever spoke to me. I think it was unfair. One day she came to our place. Sophie and Brian were also there. She gave us an invitation card to her wedding with someone named Ray. I don't know much about him. She didn't even include us in the wedding party. Plus the venue was a 4-hour drive. And the hotels in that area are expensive. We did agree, but at the last moment Jack got sick and I had to cancel it. When I told her the reason I cannot come to her wedding she told me to not bother. She made the right choice by not including me in her wedding. She knew I was a bad mom. It really bothered me. I always wanted to be by her side. But the place and time she was getting married was not compatible for us. That was 2 years ago. She never contacted us again. Few weeks ago, my daughter Bella showed me a post on Instagram that Ella was pregnant. She posed with her stepmother with a caption like she will be a good grandmother. I was furious. How can she forget her whole family here? So, I called her from Bella's phone and wanted an explanation. She replied that since I never bothered to be at her wedding, I don't deserve to be in her kid's life. She said it is not just her wedding. She claims I have never been supportive of her. That I don't care about her. She went on to blab that she never felt like she had my support. Even when she got cheated on and I chose my stepdaughter over her. I told her it was not fair for her to hold that against me till now because it was 6 years ago. She has moved on and Sophie has moved on as well. She is being petty by holding on to something that happened years ago. So, did I do anything wrong?